From the very beginning, the story touched me deeply. The line, "I think my mother is made of rock," stayed in my mind because it perfectly describes a woman who looks unbreakable, yet still feels pain like everyone else. The story is told from the perspective of a child named Saki, who lives with his two younger brothers, Hanif and Faiz. There is no father figure in their daily life, and slowly we understand why. Their mother, Nani Zulminarni, is the head of the household. As I followed her journey, I realized that her strength was not something that was suddenly appeared. It was built from childhood, shaped by hardship, responsibility, and also compassion. Nani grew up in Pontianak and was already strong as a child. Even when her friends mocked her appearance, she never let their words define her. That part made me think about how early women are taught to deal with judgment, especially about their looks. Instead of letting those comments break her, she grew more confident. She also showed deep empathy towards others, especially women who were suffering, like her aunt who experienced domestic violence. This explained why she later dedicated her life to helping women. One woman that really stayed with me was when her husband left. Even though the children were confused and hurt, she never poisoned their heart against their father. She stayed calm, reassured that everything would be okay, even though she herself was clearly breaking inside. From my perspective, this story shows real strength, not anger, not revenge, but an emotional control and maturity. As a reader, I could feel how heavy her burden was. She worked hard, became thinner, and hid her sadness behind responsibility. When she resigned from her job and started working with Pekka, women-headed household empowerment program, this story became even more interesting. Helping other women didn't weaken her, it healed her. I love how the stories show that sharing pain can actually lessen it. What makes this story even more meaningful is that it is based on real social issues. PK is a real empowerment program in Indonesia that supports women who become heads of their families due to divorce, death, or abandonment. The saving system they introduced, even saving small items when money wasn't available, is something that truly happens in many rural communities. This detail made the story feel authentic and grounded, not exaggerated. The custody battle scene was one of the most emotional parts of me. Seeing a mother questioned, judged, and accused of neglect simply because she was working to provide her children made me angry and sad at the same time. It reflects a harsh reality. Society often taps working mothers, especially single mothers. Thankfully, justice prevailed, and she was allowed to keep her children. That moment felt like a victory, not just for her, but for all women in similar situations. I also appreciated how the story didn't portray her as a perfect woman. She still felt pain when she saw her ex-husband with his new wife. She still cried. She still had sleepless nights. But what inspired me most, but what inspired me most was her ability to heal and forgive. When she finally said that her life was already complete with her children, work, home, and friends, I felt that was the emotional peak of the story. Personally, I think others should read the story because it really opens our eyes. It teaches us not to judge women too quickly, especially single mothers. It shows that strength doesn't mean never crying. It means continuing to move forward despite the pain. It also reminds us that women supporting other women can create powerful change. In my opinion, this story is not just about one strong mother. It is about millions of women who silently carry families on their shoulders. It made me reflect on my own mother and the sacrifice she makes. After reading this, I felt more grateful, more aware, and more respectful toward women who fight battles when who fight battles we don't always see. In the end, this strong woman is my mother. It's a story about faith, resilience, and love. The praise nothing happens without Allah's permission ties everything together. It reminds us that even pain has meaning and strength can grow from wounds. I am really proud of Nani Zulminarni, not only as a mother in the story, but as a symbol of strong women everywhere.